Will say Vitaly's looking like he's making some changes.
Vitaly has had a big change, and we're going to talk about that right now on the
Show
Legal
us a picture of
Mindset. We
him.
teach you to be your own judge. Of course, I'm Andrew Esquire, American attorney, and this is a fast facts video, a quick and dirty version of the latest news regarding nuisance streamers. In this case, Vitaly in the Philippines, but we also cover Johnny Somali and many other, let's say, interesting characters around the globe. So in the case of Vitaly, we last left off, in case you've forgotten and gotten behind, with Vitaly begging for bail, begging to be released from jail, begging to be let out. That was denied. That was turned down. And indeed, we had, following up along with that, news that both Russia and the United States do not want to accept him for deportation. Russia explicitly coming out and saying, do not pull a Vitaly, condemning his actions, telling Russian citizens, Russian nationals not to behave like Vitaly, very much strongly coming out against Vitaly, whereas the U.S. saying, look, simply, we're not going to take this guy. So his hope was cut off for deportation. But today we had a big photo op as he changed custody. So a lot of people have been focusing on this, and my whole inbox has been full of photos like this, which is a photo of before and after. So on the left here,
He got a beard.
we have a photo from when he was just detained. So when he was just brought into custody, you can obviously see he's got a lot of bulk on him, and then you've got today, the fresh photo on the right. You see he's lost a lot of that bulk. He's slimmed down a lot. You can see it in the face. You can see it in other parts of the body. Now, look, there's no indicators that he is unhealthy or that, once again, he's, received any sort of bruises or beatings or anything that many of the Vitaly sympathizers have tried to say is going to go on in jail. However, yes, he has lost weight, and most people that are familiar with this think, well, if he's was on or using something that was performance enhancing, some sort of gear,
Dude, my first freaking thought was was definitely on steroids and he is no longer taking them.
might be a very simple reason why he's cut down that weight, because he's no longer got access to whatever sort of supplements, testosterone, steroids.
And speaking of the way he acts, or speaking of this, and then the way he acts, kind of obvious.
He was taking on his own while he's in jail. He's not getting any special treatment where he gets to get geared up in jail. Now, while I think this is an important photo, and I think this is something that people need to see, people need to be aware of, what I actually think is more important is not him slimming down, although that is something to note, but actually the change of custody. And this is very intriguing, because the change of custody actually shows us that this is something that is going to go on for a long time. So he's actually now under BJMP custody. So the Bureau of Immigration, BI, on Monday said controversial Russian streamer Vitaly Zorovatsky has been transferred to the custody of the Bureau of Jail Management and Penology, BJMP. In a statement, Commissioner Joel Anthony Viado said Zorovatsky was transferred to BJMP on June 11th due to the local cases he is facing in the Philippines. He noted that the foreign vlogger will remain in BJMP's custody until the resolution of his court cases, after which he'll be returned back to the BI for deportation. According to Viedo, Zorovatsky previously requested for temporary release through bail, but no such relief was granted. It's not just a matter of administrative procedure. It's about protecting the integrity of our immigration laws. He added that foreigners who abuse our hospitality and violate our laws must face the consequences. The Bureau is resolute. We will not allow our deportation process to be undermined by publicity tactics or legal maneuvering. No special treatment will be given. So Vitaly said, he tried to say, hey, no,
You're
I'm
screwed,
gonna be a good
Vitaly.
boy. I'm going to behave. I totally won't run away. I totally won't flee. I'll totally be great when I leave. That was denied. He is a massive flight risk, and an absolute flight risk, which is something that is a primary consideration when you're considering, hey, if you're going to let somebody on bail or not. Now, the important thing here in the transfer from the BI is we do not expect the US or Russia to be coming and swooping in. They would have not made this transfer if Russia or the US was going to come down and was going to, perk him up and deport him and take him right away. If that was going to happen, he would have stayed with the BI, he would have been gone. But the Philippines clearly has information, clearly is in the know, clearly has gotten the message from both the Russia and the United States that they do not want Vitaly. They're not going to accept him, and they're going to keep him in accordance with their local procedures. So he's now going to be kept in a jail where they would process local cases where they're going to deal with locals. So this is something that shows us that he will be prosecuted under Philippine law. He's not going to get special treatment as an American. He's not going to be sent to America to deal with whatever he would deal with there, which probably wouldn't be much. If he'd be deported, he probably would just walk away in the United States. That's not what's going to happen here. He's going to face the full justice in the Philippines, and he's also going to face the process, it seems, as it would normally proceed. So he's going to face it like a Filipino that would have broken the law, like anybody else that comes to the Philippines and breaks the law. And I think that's absolutely the right way to go. I think the Philippines, once again, takes a giant W on this. But I want to know, what do you guys think about this? And what do you think about Vitaly's weight loss? What do you think the cause is? Let me know in the comments. Smash a like button, and I'll see you on the next.
Well, he's not able to get the steroids anymore. That's why he's freaking tiny. This person's been jailed in the Philippines for being in a bar fight. It was just a week. The longer you stay, the better appreciation you have for freedom. As soon as you're in, your inmates will ask you to strip naked to ensure that you don't have weapons. Because corrupt officials put in assassins disguised as inmates to kill someone in the jail. You get 1 hour of TV every Sunday. And your cell leader decides what to watch. Apparently they do a lot of Bible studies. No privacy when using the toilet. You imagine you're sick or some shit? Fuck. Water is only available for 2 hours in the morning and 2 hours at night. Five to 7 people will be taking a shower while someone's using the toilet. Jail in the US is way more luxurious than in the Philippines. That is freaking crazy. That's insane.